We're live. All right, welcome to West New York Brews, everybody. My name is Scott. It's been a while. I am a homebrewer just outside of Buffalo, New York. And on this episode, we're talking to Brian from the Buffalo Beer League about this week's Buffalo Beer Buzz, which you can always find out at Step Out Buffalo and, of course, at buffalobeerleague.com. We'll talk to you again in about 15 seconds. And we're back. So we are a member of the Hopped Up Network. It is a podcast network of regional independent beer podcasts. You can find out more at hoppedupnetwork.com. You can find everything that Brian writes at buffalobeerleague.com and at Step Out Buffalo. Are you using the new microphone?
Right now, I am not. I didn't have time to mess with it after I picked up the adapter from your house today.
Oh, good. That adapter that I thought you had, and I'm like, I just don't know what's going on. I don't know why Brian can't handle this.
It was hilarious the way you were trying to explain things to me, and I'm like, I thought I was missing something, and I literally was.
Literally were missing something. So we're going to talk about the Buffalo Beer Buzz. Today is June 1st. Happy Pride Month. And tomorrow is June 2nd. We're going to talk about what's going on June 2nd, June 3rd, and June 4th. And maybe even a little bit into the future. So first of all, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Big Ditch Little Waves. It's a Helles Lager.
Almost grabbed it today. How is it?
It's very good. It's nice and it's crisp, nice and bready. Very light, easy drinking. I grabbed one the last time I was at Aurora Brew Works. I grabbed one because I hadn't had it yet.
Excellent. I just finished a West Coast burner, which was great.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that beer.
And I'm about to open the Froth Joystick Hazy IPA.
I haven't heard anything about that beer.
Just did that. I just rolled it around in my hands for a little bit there. I already poured one for my wife, and as expected, it's completely opaque. Right, like a hazy any IPA from Froth. There's no way light's getting through that thing.
Right
there. Yep. Here's my fingers behind it. Can't see anything.
You know, for a brewery known for their heavily fruited smoothie style sours, they make a good hazy IPA.
It's a good IPA. It's nice. It's I wouldn't even say polar opposites of the West Coast burner. The West Coast burner, I expected it to be a little bit more bitter than it was, and it wasn't. It was good. So let's jump into the beer buzz.
I'm excited. It's been a few weeks since we've dove into one.
It has been. I feel bad that all those things did not get shouted out. But it is what it is. We're back, and we can only do what we can do.
Well, hopefully, moving forward, I'll have my setup here ready to go. So in case whenever we can't get together, I can record, or vice versa.
Yeah, you guys hear that, right? Brian just admitted to it totally being his fault. That's what he just said. I heard that. It certainly wasn't that I had gigs the past 2 Thursdays.
It happens. Life gets in the way sometimes.
It does. So I noticed the Big Ditch Thursday night is not on here, which obviously we always record on Thursday night, so we always miss it.
Yeah, I only for the Innovation Thursdays, I only included it that first week because Matt gave me the next 4 weeks. They had their first 4 weeks planned out, so I had those written about, but I haven't been writing about it steadily.
So Big Ditches, the reason why I bring it up is because I have been, I want to say, a vocal proponent of glitter beer. I think if you go back and listen, I think the past episodes of the podcast will bear that out, that I am a fan of glitter beer.
I too am an aficionado of glitter beer.
And this week, it is a glitter beer on tap. It looks like I have to go to their social for this. Not on their website, or at least I couldn't find it quickly and easily. So they have a glitter beer on right now, and they had rainbow wings. I don't know what rainbow wings are.
I don't know what that means.
If I had to guess based on the picture, it looks like they may be covered in Fruity Pebbles.
Interesting.
That's my guess. Oh, come on. Was it on their Facebook? Might have been on their Facebook. We'll check that out real quick.
Yeah, I don't. It's not on their Twitter.
I know. I was just there. That's where I.
Okay.
Right. I don't know where I saw it today. For their innovation series, it is. So it is a Big Gay IPA, citrusy New England style IPA, brewed with edible glitter and Nelson Sauvin, El Dorado, and Zamba hops. And I've never heard of Zamba hops, and I feel behind.
No, I've never heard of those either. Maybe they're one of those New Zealand hops. I'm not sure.
Right? It's a glitter beer, though, which is what I came here to say. I am a fan of glitter beers.
Portion a lot of time with when Drew Harden brewed the first glitter beer here. When he used to brew for Sato.
Yep.
I spent a lot of time with him when he was making that beer.
People lost their mind.
Oh yeah, I remember that was the release party. The release party for that beer, you could barely move in there.
Yeah, I meant people lost their mind in the opposite direction.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. It was super popular. All the beer, like the majority of the glitter beer, sold out in that first night.
I have edible. I should put some edible glitter in this.
There you go.
Maybe we'll take a pause at some point, and I'll go throw some edible glitter in here. I still have some.
I wonder what the guys at Froth would think about that.
From the multiple homebrewed glitter beers I made, I'm sure they'd be fine with that, right? You probably wouldn't see it though because it's so opaque.
Yeah, you'd have to. You wouldn't be able to transmit that over the internet. I don't think you wouldn't. They wouldn't be able to see it.
I would enjoy it.
That's all that matters.
You know what? If you have a problem with it, go away. Don't actually go away. Drink beer. Drink what you like is my actual feeling behind it. Drink what you like, and don't worry about what other people are drinking. If other people, like me, like glitter IPAs, enjoy it, right? And it does say here. So the rainbow wings are their Buffalo Classic chicken wings, deep fried crispy, then tossed in our own Fruity Pebbles dry rub.
Oh wow!
So it is Fruity Pebbles. I'm sad to have missed that.
That sounds really good.
Because I feel like glitter beers have fallen to the side. So a portion of the proceeds donated to Embrace Western New York, a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to equality and fairness within West New York and seeks to raise awareness, understanding, and acceptance of the LGBTQ plus community. 7% ABV says stop in for a pour or take a crowler home. And if you're taking a crowler home, the edible glitter does not stick around long.
Yeah.
Yep, it goes away pretty quick. So let's go into what's happening this weekend. For example, Rusty Nichols' 8th anniversary party happening Saturday, June 3rd. Are they still looking for live music? I don't know if they're still looking for live music.
No, I'm pretty sure they have their live music set up.
Good. Do you know who it is? Let me see if I can find it, because Jason Havens posted that. And you tagged me in it. I appreciate that, but I can't do
Actually, you know what? Hold on real quick. I'm pretty sure they sent out an email about that today. I will tell you in 1 second.
All right.
At least I thought they did.
I'm gonna hum while you look this up.
Let's see. Yeah, so live music starts at 1:30 with Ben Smith.
Okay.
Then Sarah Elizabeth, Wacko Fest, Snow Cricket, Trevor Streebing. I apologize for butchering your last name. And Undercover at 7:30 is the 7:30 to 9:30 is the last act.
Excellent. Undercover is a great name for a cover band.
It is.
Yep. Almost as good as Gravy.
I miss those guys. I haven't seen those guys in a while.
I know, right? Gravy covers everything. Sorry. More dead space. Where are we? Oh, so they have live music featuring Undercover. Oh, it says it right there. Food specials from Yankee Barbecue and beer releases. It is free, and reservations can be made for the seating area under their covered pergola with views of the band. Here, when I say here, you could, of course, go to rustynickelbrewing.com/reservations, or you can go to buffalobeerleague.com and check out this week's Buffalo Beer Buzz and click on it there. Or you can sign up for our email list and get it straight to your email Friday at about 10 a.m. And I know people on the list, you haven't received anything in the past couple of weeks because we didn't record, but you will tomorrow. So there.
Yeah. So just to be clear, Anybody can, it's free and open to the public, the event.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, if you want, like, I guess you would call it premium seating for the live music, you got to make reservations either by going online or calling.
Under the pergola.
In terms of the beer releases, I should have, I'm not sure if it'll be up tonight or tomorrow, but I should have an article. They sent me all the beer releases. I'm just waiting on a few beer descriptors. And then I should have a full article up on buffalobeerleague.com about those.
Excellent. Check out buffalobeerleague.com. While we were talking just now, the Buffalo Beer Goddesses just posted their next social. So it's not part of the Beer Buzz, but it just notified me as we were talking.
Thursday, when and where is that?
Thursday, June 15th at Wandering Gypsy Brewing Company in Ransomville.
Oh, wow. They're going way out there.
6 p.m. Right, I'm going to check how far away that is driving wise.
Yeah, Wandering Gypsy, which I did just find out yesterday that John Paul Mateer, the old head brewer from Brickyard, is helping them brew.
Excellent.
They're kind of in between. They're in between brewers right now over at Wandering Gypsy, and he's helping them out.
Okay. All right, I'm doing a disc golf course in Ransomville this week, so it's far away.
Yeah, I have not been up there, but some of the other beer league guys have, and they like it.
Excellent.
I've heard they have good coffee
at Wandering Gypsy.
Yeah.
All right.
I know as strange as that might sound, but
yeah, I haven't either. I haven't been out there yet either. It's tough. It's tough to get out to places, right?
I mean, it's close to, what is it? Close to Woodcock up there, right? In Wilson. But I mean, when you're going up there, you got to go up there specifically to go there.
Yeah.
There's not much around.
I am going to jump to Hofbrauhaus because, as always, we're recording instead of being there. June 1st, 7 p.m. Oh, that was 3 hours ago. All right. They have made a Hopfenweizen. And I am new to this style. You say if you're new to this style, expect a hazy beer with a thick white head, super fruity and tropical aromas, slight pithy orange/pineapple juice taste, and clean bitterness on the end. I've never had a Hopfenweizen. Have you?
Yes, I've actually had this when they first released it. I think it was last year, the year before. I don't remember exactly, but if you do want to know more about the Hofbrauhaus Hopfenweizen, I just posted Scott and Jesse, the two of the other beer league guys. For those who don't know, they went to the tapping tonight and they sent me a bunch of tasting notes. So I just posted. If you check our social media pages, it's our newest post for a lot more, for a short little review of the beer.
And you should check out the Buffalo Beer League on Twitter and on Instagram. It's Twitter, it's Buff Beer League, but on Instagram, it's simply Buffalo Beer League, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's weird because like there's that, and then on Facebook it's the Buffalo Beer League. So it's weird how we couldn't get it the same for every channel.
One of these days we're gonna make tens of millions of dollars, and then you can just buy all the same things.
That would be really nice.
One of these days. I'm looking for more that's happening this weekend. Nope, that's next week. Here we go. Go ahead. Where were you going to go?
I was going to say the New York Beer Project.
That's what I was looking at. Walter's Jelly Donut returns for National Donut Day. If you've never had, it is a phenomenal beer. It's a Kolsch.
It is a really good beer.
Mm-hmm. Raspberry flavored German style Kolsch beer, brewed with traditional German malt and hops and Apollo and Hersbrucker hops. I don't remember if this beer premiered at Beerology, or if that was just the first time I had it. But I remember standing in line at their table at Beerology for a timed release for Walter's Jelly Donut.
Wow, okay.
It had to have been like 2018, 2017. I mean, it's been a long time since Beerology, so...
Yeah, that's man, I missed that event.
I know, right? One of my favorite events.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that event.
I always tell people that was the first event that got canceled in the COVID world for me. My first event, because you and I were both at the meeting, I think, at CBW, right, to help plan it. I was super excited, and then, it's not happening, guys. Sorry. It was the first event that got canceled in my world.
Yeah, and then I held out hope every year. I would email the Science Museum every year, like offering our help, and then nothing ever came of it, and then through the pandemic and then out the other side, and now they replaced it with a different event.
Yep. I got a very nice email about the new event. Like, thank you for all your help on the old ones. If we hope to see you at the new one or something like that.
Yeah, I probably would have gone, but we were out of town for that. And it was the same night as Stallfest at Riverworks.
Yeah, and we were out of town for that one. But I'm sorry. That was a huge tangent. My fault.
Yeah, that was a big tangent.
Walter's Jelly Donut is back. Starting June 2nd, that's Friday, at 11 a.m., just in time for National Donut Day. And the beer will be available on draft at the brewery moving forward, which is pretty big news there. If you're a fan of Walter's Jelly Donut.
Excuse me. Yeah, I would imagine if you've had many or any New York Beer Project beers that this is probably one of them. Because it's, I mean...
You should write their marketing. Hey, if you've had any New York Beer Project beers, this is one of them.
Well, when it's released, it's one of their easier beers to find.
Yeah, it's a good beer too. It's a good beer.
I agree. Plus, the variants are good too. Whenever they brew them,
the variants. It sounds like a horror movie.
the different fruited versions. Let's put it that way.
This week is also the opening of, or the return, excuse me, of Resurgence in the Park. Right? Right.
Yes. Actually, not technically this week. It opened last Friday, I think.
Oh, okay. Let me check this out here. Resurgence's annual Pints in the Park campaign returns June 2nd to 3rd.
Oh, I thought you said Resurgence in the Park, not Pints in the Park.
What did I say?
They're very similar.
Oh, yep. Yep. Resurgence in the Parks opens for the season. Pints in the Park returns. That's my fault for mixing the two.
I thought it read a bit confusing when I wrote it, but I wanted to include both things.
Hey, I'm drinking while I talk. That happens every week, so you can't take my word for it. But the Chestnut Ridge one being closer to me is the one that happens this weekend. So let's back up to the Resurgence in the Park at Delaware Park first. So it's a seasonal pop-up. Did you go last year?
No, I was not able to make it out for this.
I feel like I'm calling you out on these things. I'm not.
Hey, that's fine.
I'm not meaning to. I didn't go either. Resurgence in the Park will offer park goers and golfers a limited selection of food, in addition to Resurgence beers, wines, and cocktails.
I would like to go up. I would like to go up there and golf and go here.
We should do some golfing there.
I have not. I have not had the chance to do that yet.
I don't know if we've talked about this, but we've talked about the golf tournament, the Brewers Guild golf tournament.
Right.
Did I tell you that the Das Hausbrauers were thinking of putting together a team and doing that, and we'll take you guys on?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So when I brought it up at our last meeting, they were like, well, I want to do it. Like, all right, well, let's do a Das Hausbrauers team, and we'll take the Buffalo Beer League team down. That's what we will do.
I don't hate that idea.
Yeah. Well, you're about to, because
I mean, not saying that beating us at golf is any big measuring stick.
Now we're looking to win is what we're going to look for, but I don't think they haven't put anything out about this year's tournament yet.
No, not yet.
And when they do, I'm there. Sorry. So yeah, maybe we'll get together this summer and do a round of golf and hit up the Resurgence Parks, Resurgence in the Parks.
I think that would be cool.
Right. I haven't played Delaware Park in, let's see, my son is 12, in over 12 years.
I've never played Delaware Park. I usually, we traveled, we used to play at a bunch of different courses. Now when we golf, we usually just play Eden Valley because it's so close to my place.
Yeah, that makes sense. The year before my son was born, I got the Buffalo Pass at South Park, Delaware, and Kaz. I don't know if it still is. Again, that was 12 years ago. And I was literally out every single day because I'm a teacher.
That's awesome.
And I had my summer vacation, and my wife did not. And we didn't have kids, and she was at work, so I would start every day at 7 a.m. at the golf course and be home by 10. It was phenomenal.
I like that.
Uh-huh. So that is the Resurgence in the Parks is Thursday through Friday, 4 to 9 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday, 12 to 9 p.m. It'll remain open for the duration of the 2023 golf season. All right, I'm going to send you a text after this, not tonight, but like tomorrow, We're going to come up with a day. We're going to go golf.
Okay.
But Resurgence annual Pints in the Park campaign is this weekend at Chestnut Ridge Park. It's the first event of their near weekly pop-up beer gardens in different parks throughout West New York. It's a cool event.
Yeah. Yeah, they've done this for a couple of years.
Uh-huh. And this week they're going to tap OP Pills with $1 from each pint sold, benefiting the Orchard Park Boys and Girls Club. Oh, guests who bring a non-perishable food item to donate to the Food Bank of West New York will receive a free pint voucher for Resurgence in the Park at Delaware Park, and get the full schedule here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show up this weekend at Chestnut Ridge, donate, and receive a free pint voucher for when we golf
look at you.
at Resurgence in the Park.
Crafty.
Going to bring it all together here. Excuse me. It means I have to bring some non-perishable food. I have some.
I've always wanted to check out this that their Pints in the Park. I have not had a chance to do that. I mean, the closest they come is Chestnut Ridge, but I should try. I should make it out to one of these.
And you have the full schedule on BuffaloBeerLeague.com for this, right?
I do indeed.
Awesome. So go to BuffaloBeerLeague.com and check out the full schedule to see where they're going to be over the summer. Right? That's, yeah.
Right.
It has it right here. I'll give you some. Like Como Park in July or Went Park in August. Kaz Park, Chestnut Ridge, couple of Kaz. You got Went, Ellicott Creek. You're going to have to go to the BuffaloBeerLeague.com to check out that schedule, though, or sign up for the mailing list, and I'll send it to you tomorrow. That's what's going to happen. All right, what else is going on? This weekend, the heaviest days of Maple. Because what I want, first of all, it's unseasonably warm right now.
It is.
It was 90 today. It's going to hit 90 tomorrow. But what I want right now is heavy beers and maple is what I want. Can you hear the car alarm going off?
Negative.
Oh, good. Okay. Hold on. Can you tell me about the heaviest days of Maple while I go look in my driveway?
Of course I can. So this is Eli Fish's annual event where they tap their award-winning barrel-aged heavy maple, which is a 10% waterless wee heavy that's brewed with maple sap and syrup. And this year they're tapping a 2022 barrel-aged version. And they will also have Rauki maple, which is a 10.5% smoked waterless wee heavy with maple sap and syrup. That one's smoked. The original is barrel aged, and they will also be releasing a limited preview of the autumnal maple. That will be, they're going to tap a little bit of that and then release it. Do a full release in the fall for that. And then if you arrive to the event early at 11 o'clock, they're going to tap 2021 heavy maple, and then that'll be on tap while supplies last. It says from 11 to 1, but it just really depends on when they run out. And they'll also be releasing cans of the 2023 heavy maple during this event.
Man, I would love this event like 2 weeks ago.
I think I want to say I've had the regular heavy maple, and it is really an excellent beer. But man, I don't know if I could justify the drive. If I'm driving up to Batavia for this, I'm going to have a hotel or an Airbnb.
Yeah. Oh, heavy beers and maple flavored beers. I'm past that right now. Give me next week when it goes back into the 60s, and I might be like, ooh, a nice maple beer right now would be great.
4 or 5 11% beers.
Yeah.
sounds great when it's 90 degrees out.
I'm going to be sweating maple is what's going to happen.
But this is the heavy maple is a really sought after beer of theirs. Didn't it win the Governor's Cup?
Ooh.
A couple years ago? I'm pretty sure it was named the best beer in the state. I think a couple years ago, if I remember correctly.
I'm gonna check that out. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it from Eli Fish. 2021 won gold in the fruit and spice non-sour category.
Yep, the 2021 winner of the New York State Brewers Association Governor's Cup,
an
award given to the best beer in New York State for heavy maple
in 2021.
Yes.
You know where I found that information? I found it at BuffaloBeerLeague.com.
I do have an article about that.
Yes, you do. Yep. I know I'm pushing it tonight, but it's true. That's where I just found that information.
Speaking of that real quick, I was at the store earlier with my wife, and I was like I had mentioned earlier, I put up a post on our social media channels about Hofbrauhaus Hopfenweisen.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking for, I knew I had notes on it, so I was looking for it. So I Googled, if you Google Hofbrauhaus Hopfenweisen, my article on it is the first search query. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Perfect. At BuffaloBeerLeague.com?
Yes.
At BuffaloBeerLeague.com.
Yeah, it's the first thing that pops up in the search query, which I thought was pretty cool.
I'm not trying to lean into it so much tonight, but it's happening. That's just where you find the information. And why? Because Brian puts it there. That's right.
So real quick, I want to shout out my friends at Ellicottville. They hooked me up with this Showtime IPA.
Ooh, look at that.
In the lovely 19.2 ounce cans, which if you've listened to us before, you know I'm obsessed with.
Mm-hmm.
So they my buddy Mike from Ellicottville swung by earlier, dropped me off some beer, and this is one of them. And I don't want to sound like that guy, but I don't know if this is available yet.
You're that guy.
I was told that it's going to be available at the brewery, and I want to say Darien Lake for concerts.
Oh, okay. All right.
If I remember correctly.
Show that can up again. So we're 26 minutes and 30 seconds into the podcast episode if you're watching this on YouTube or on Twitter. So that's 26 minutes, 30 seconds in to see this can, because that's some fun can art.
Yeah, I really like. So if you remember, if you had their Tailgate Time IPA from last year, which has the pictures of all like the Little Bills Mafia members, this is kind of the same thing, but with like typical concert goers. And my favorite is, well, you're not gonna be able to see it, but right here is like a little black metal
guy. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And other than that, they put a Juggalo on. Nice. ICP guy, which I thought was kind of cool.
Magnets, how do they work? It's crazy.
Awesome.
That's a beautiful can. Again, 26 minutes, 30 seconds in is where you can find it. If you go to youtube.com/WNY Brews or Twitter, I feel like this is all I'm doing tonight. It's just shouting out URLs.
Shilling?
Right? Shilling is right.
But yeah, so I mean, it's an easy drinking, not overly hopped, not overly hazy, not heavy. It's 5%. It's very easy drinking, which I mean, I guess if you're going to drink this at a concert, that's what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We have two more things to talk about. One of them is this weekend, or starts this weekend. The other one is not. So let's start with 42 North and their summer Tap Trekker tour, which is, it's not a food truck, beer truck.
Yeah, that works. Basically what it is, it's a retrofitted Sprinter van.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a Sprinter. So it's a retrofitted van with taps on the side of it. So they bring it to events and they hook up a bunch of kegs and then they pour beer out of the side of the van.
Nice.
There are a few breweries have something like this. I think like Southern Tier has, Hamburg has one, Resurgence has a beer trailer. So I mean, but their Tap Trekker is cool.
Whenever I go somewhere, and I'm serious, whenever I go somewhere and there's an event, I look around like, hey, I wonder if there's a beer thing here. And the Tap Trekker would be that kind of thing.
Yeah, you know, I said something similar to my wife, or I forget. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was saying it to her. I'm like, is it bad that whenever we go anywhere, I expect there to be a bar or or a beer table? I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe that's just I don't know. But I'm like, is it bad that that's my expectation when we go out somewhere or to anything?
Yeah. Nope. We're season pass holders at Cedar Point.
Oh yeah.
And we've already gone twice this year. And they have more options this year than ever before for where to get beers. And it's great. I'm taking pictures of it like, oh, here's a new spot. Here's a new spot for beer. You know what? And it's good beer. It's local beer, which is nice. They have all the macros too, but they've got some local beers on tap, and that makes me happy. That's the way I am whenever I go somewhere. If I go to an amusement park, I go to a festival, I go to something, I'm like, oh, where can I get the local beer?
Yeah. You know, I do that. I remember specifically we went to, I don't know why I thought of it, but the last time I went to Busch Gardens, they predominantly serve macro beer, but my father-in-law and I found the one place that served craft beer, and we held up stakes there.
Nice.
And local craft beer too that we hadn't had before.
At Busch Gardens?
Yeah.
Is that Virginia? Where the
Tampa?
Oh, Tampa.
It might not be Tampa proper, but it's somewhere in that area.
All right, that's a lot more south than I was thinking. Oh, I was thinking of Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Apparently, there's more than one. I didn't know that.
I did not know there was more than one either.
Yep. All right,
I'm not up on my Busch Gardens knowledge.
The tap tracker is going to be at Spraguebrook on the 3rd. There will also be a weekly concert series at Kaz Park, and you can find their full schedule at 42northbrewing.com or by following 42 North on Facebook.
And I have an article. I have a longer form article with the full schedule ready to go. That'll be posted tomorrow or Saturday.
Okay.
It'll be up sometime this weekend at buffalobeerleague.com, but I do have that ready to go.
buffalobeerleague.com. So the fact that 42 North wants to put this on their Facebook, do you hold that against them?
No, not at all.
Like, Facebook? Really? Are we 80? Sorry. Last thing here is Thin Man Brewery's 7th anniversary summer solstice with beer, bands, booze, and block party on Saturday, June 17th, which is a couple of days before the summer solstice, but I'll allow it because it's Saturday at noon, and that's coming up in a couple of weeks here. It returns to Elmwood on June 17th. General admission tickets are $25 and include access to festival grounds and the first floor of tap room, as well as a commemorative glass and first beer. And then the VIP tickets, $75, include the first and second floors of the tap room, the commemorative glass, first beer, food ticket, and 3 beer tickets. And I'm going to read that again. And 3 beer tickets. There's also VIP tickets, executive VIP tickets. Excuse me. I feel like I have to start this all over again. There are also executive VIP tickets at $150 that have access to the festival grounds, first and second floors of tap room, private second floor patio, commemorative glass open bar from noon to 8, and open food package. They don't include the Uber that you will absolutely need.
Yeah, absolutely. Scott, Jesse, and Mark, the other guys from the Buffalo Beer League, they've gone. I think they went to the first a couple of years of this before it stopped during the pandemic, and they always got the executive VIP, and they definitely Ubered.
You're going to need an Uber from this one.
Oh, yeah.
That is June 17th. You can find tickets at thinmanbrewery.com, or you can go to buffalobeerleague.com and check out this week's Buffalo Beer Buzz and click the link to you can purchase tickets here. Do you know what bands they have?
No, they have not announced that yet.
Ooh, okay. All right. Maybe they're still looking.
The bands or they haven't announced the bands, the food that'll be there, or the they usually do an anniversary beer.
Nice. And it's still a couple of weeks away, so we can find out that information next week maybe.
Yeah, still just over 2 weeks.
All right. We're a little bit over half an hour in. Is there anything we missed?
Not in the
beer buzz, that's for sure.
No, not in this beer buzz, no.
Anything you're thinking off the top of your head? We threw a couple of extra things in there too.
Oh, if we wanted to mention stuff, one thing I would like to mention is, let me get to it so I don't misspeak here. Where is it? This is great. This is a great radio.
Yeah, right? Well, I feel like we've talked about Southern Tier and the Bisons before.
So I wanted to mention quickly that Mortalis Brewing in Avon, New York.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
So they are opening a secondary tap room in Buffalo, 1250 Niagara Street, which is, if you know that address, it's the original Resurgence Brewing location on Niagara Street, which is now Twin Petrol's seltzer company. And they are taking over the old Company B tasting room, which is up front. Like, if you know how it works, like Twin Petrels is in the back, and then in the front part of the building is the old Company B tasting room. So Mortalis is moving in there, and they're sharing it with the guys from Illumination Meadery.
Yep.
And they're hoping to have that joint tap room open this summer.
Excellent. Just this summer.
Yeah, no definitive date as of yet. I'm not entirely sure how turnkey the space is, or like how they'll have to retrofit it. So, I'm looking forward to it.
Nice.
I've never been to the actual Mortalis in Avon, but I heard that it's. I've had a bunch of their beer, which a lot of their beer I've had has been really, really good. So, I look forward to having them in Buffalo.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Also on the list, have you seen what K2 is doing?
Yes, I think that's I read Will Cleveland's article about that.
From Will Cleveland is right. Yep.
Yeah, in his Cleveland Post, he had a big article about it, and I think it's such a rad idea.
It is, right?
I love the idea of a craft brewery taking over a former elementary school.
72,000 square foot building.
I think it'll be interesting to see what that sounds like a destination. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with the space.
Yeah. As someone who works and has worked in an elementary school for most of his career, it's fun. Fun to hear about.
Yeah, I'll definitely check them out because they make good beer. A lot of their beer that I've had, I've enjoyed. They make really nice sours.
You want to go check out an elementary school in Wayne County, and maybe go talk to K2. Put together a podcast episode. Let's do
I think that sounds like a great idea. I would love to take a look at the space.
I'll give you from Will Cleveland's article. Friend of the podcast, Will Cleveland from Cleveland Post. The quote, "We envisioned this place being a mix of Dave & Buster's, Lasertron, and Radio Social, all under one roof." Sounds like fun. We should go check it out.
That caught my eye too when that line, because we have a brewery that opened in an old Dave & Buster's.
Yeah,
we Steel Leaf Brewing at the Eastern Hills Mall is in an old Dave & Buster's.
That was my first thought too. Like, oh, I think I know what this might look like.
But yeah. So shout out to our buddy Will for that article. If you go to clevelandprost.substack.com.
That's it.
You can sign up for the Cleveland Post, his newsletter style article series for free.
I feel like it's super misleading because of his last name. It's about Rochester.
Yeah.
Not about Cleveland.
That is a fair point. If you don't know who Will Cleveland is, yes, he is a very smart veteran beer journalist that lives in Rochester, New York, not Cleveland, Ohio.
Not Cleveland. It's not about Cleveland. It's about Rochester. Yes. So yeah. So Prost to Will Cleveland. Oh, look at that. Do you see that amount of beer? Because you can't cheers an empty glass.
Look at this amount of beer. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I might go pour a new one. Have a wonderful night.
You do the same. I'm very happy that we were able to hook back up for this.
Right, people listening, this is coming out Friday. I hope you can make it out to the events this weekend. I can't because I've got kids and it's June. And
I plan on at least going to Rusty Nickel on Saturday.
Excellent. So look out for Brian at Rusty Nickel on Saturday.
I'll be hanging out, drinking a number of beers.
I'll be at the Buffalo Philharmonic with my son's string group. I will be at dance photos for my daughter, and
that sounds less awesome.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things happening this weekend and next weekend, and it's June.
The joys of being a father.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, cheers to you, Brian. Cheers to everybody listening.
Cheers, guys.
We will talk to you next week.
Thanks, Scott. Cheers.
All right. Ooh, got a little bit out of that. As always, they still exist as far as I know. One of the gigs I had this past weekend was with my sister. So here they are. Because you can.